Vibrillionaire Soul, greetings, soul blessings, beautiful Vibrillionaire Soul family. Loving, living the Vibrillionaire lifestyle all day, every day, 24/7. Welcome. This is Samadhi. I am Michael, along with my wife and I. We're the founders and visionaries of Samadhi Sea of Wisdom Meditation School, serving both locally, humbly from our hearts out of Yuma, Arizona, all over the world. And I was going to speed through the intro, but the intro is so important because it's a constant reminder to myself and it's a constant mirror for an invitation to remember that we are more than what we think we are. And when I say that, it's in samadhi and in life in general, it's never only about positivity, it's never only about negativity. It's about something much more raw, real, uncut, unrefined, untampered, un unstoppable. And it's unwavering, and it's infinite, it's eternal, it's timeless, formless, spaceless. It is the genuineness of who you are. And here at Samadhi, our life mission, purpose, passion, drive, desire, inspiration, breath, life, heartbeat is to remind ourselves of that, or to surrender to the remembering of that, and to be the mirror for humanity to remember to do the same, to open up to that presence, whatever we want to call that presence. And this message is a very just last minute message that I wanted to convey to you all, because we just had Thanksgiving yesterday and it was such an amazing day of gratitude. But it's not just a day of gratitude to us, it's a life of gratitude. We're just and more than gratitude, it's a life of of wonder, of beyond appreciation, beyond gratitude. It's a life of awness. And it's not dependent on what we have or what we don't have. It's not dependent on who likes us or who doesn't like us, or who approves of us or who doesn't approve of us. It's not dependent on anything materialistic, anything physicalness. It's dependent, it's interdimensional. It's something inside that is just constantly alive, and it's powerful. It's beyond powerful, even the words that I say. So let's just take a moment to just take in the breath right now, because that is the closest thing that I can share when one doesn't practice the silence and the stillness, is just to connect to that breath. Connect to this moment, connect to this infinite moment of now. As now, yesterday's now, and tomorrow's now is the same, just different colors and textures and appearances, but it's the same ever present now. Del de Leon, thank you for joining us. And the one thing that I desire to share is, I just realized I'm doing it only me. There, we're live now. You'll see this message in its totality if you want to go back to the replay, because the intro is so important. Because the message that's coming through very clearly is, we need to go beyond gratitude. We need to go beyond appreciation. We need to go beyond positivity, because that's what we share every single time. It's more, it's beyond positivity, it's beyond negativity. It's about genuineness, and genuineness opens you up to the awe and the wonder of life, not dependent if it's raining or if it's shiny or if it's, if it's the a favorable temperature, if it's a favorable experience, if it's a favorable, expectation. It's beyond that. And as I'm showering, because I just got out of the shower right now, and this is the message that came clear to me, and I want to gift it to everyone that's available to lend an ear and lend a heart, and lend their attention to listen and feel. And what this message is about is, I just hear my wife come back from the store and she's like, oh, they're doing the toilet paper thing again. And it's like we didn't learn our lesson the first time. It's this constant barragement of paranoia. It's this constant barragement of doomsday, and that things are falling apart in this fear-based mindset. And the thing that I wanted to share today, that's why we need to go beyond positivity, beyond negativity. We need to awaken to the wonder and the awness and the blissfulness of now. It doesn't matter if the world's falling apart or if it's not. And it doesn't mean you don't care. That means you care so much that being present is the most powerful, potent, profound force of the universe. And that is the maturity of humanity. And it's beyond whatever religion you are, whatever belief system what you have. If you're into science, if you're into religion, if you're into, you know, whatever flavor or texture of life that you favor to, it's being present in that and bringing this encompassing vibration of presence into the world. It's not about picking one side or another, favoring one or the other, because our brains are still separating consciousness from itself, thinking that that's the answer. And the one thing that came to me in the shower, and it came to me very strongly, it's time for humanity to sit with what is now. It's time to, because the more we try to escape pain, the more we run towards pleasure, the more we seek and we seek and we seek, we don't realize the joke is on us, because we're creating the joke, because we're not sitting with what is the most substantial, most fundamental source of reality, which is you, the genuine source of you, sitting with that, basking in that, becoming the wonder and awe within yourself, so that no matter what you see out here, you start to vibrate and change its fundamental structure of reality into wonder and awe. This is the next step of the evolution of humanity, is to become childlike, is to become innocence and purity, and stop favoring one side or the other, and stop thinking that this is the solution, when the minute that you're thinking the solution, you're already creating the problem. This is the duality of nature itself. But we were meant to ascend nature herself, because nature is just holding the space, and it's a relationship with us. This is why we're doing Mother Nature's inner gathering tomorrow. And before we did Mother Nature's inner gathering, this is the message that we're going to share, and we're going to go deep into this. But I just wanted to share a preview. This is just the beginning. The more that we tap into, and I'm talking about all of our conscious, like, people that are journeying on a soul journey, on an inner journey, we're going to bring much more, because the reason why humanity needs to go through pain to awaken is because they're not facing the pain, the trauma, the crisis, the the fear within oneself. And the more we run from this, the more we're going to use stimuli in artificial drugs and artificial intelligence and artificial this and artificial that. We're going to become artificial blobs if we're not careful, because we're just going to be stuck to our phones. We're going to be stuck to the next thing, instead of being awakened to the greatest technology, the greatest wonder, and the greatest awe, which is life within, intelligence and life, intelligence, wisdom, blissfulness itself, which is us. We are what we've been waiting for. It's not something out there. Whatever. If we continue to fall for the Kool-Aid, we're going to be the cause of the destruction of our own world, meaning our perceivable world. The world's going to keep going. But if we don't start to tap into the technologies that we were given, we don't need to fabricate them, we don't need to create them. That'll come on its own, and it'll come naturally when we're letting go of the duality mindset. When we start tapping into technology that is singular, that is unified consciousness, that is bliss consciousness, that is wonder and awe consciousness, that's when all religions are going to serve their purpose. Because all major religions want unity, compassion, peace, and yes, may they choose different words and colors and textures of their own beliefs, but the fundamental nature of their intentionality is no different. So we're like different football teams or baseball teams arguing over the same sport, the same passions that we have. And it's like, we're not going to evolve to the next level of consciousness because consciousness is not going to flow through us until we become the awe and the wonder. And we sit with the pain, in the fear, in the confusion, and we just sit with it. But because we're not sitting with it, where our unconscious mind is looking for a reason to face it, and it'll look through it through TV, through media, through internet, through social media, through Facebook, through Instagram. This is why we unconsciously seek pain and misery and gore and horror and fear. But those that are conscious, we can absorb that as alchemical masters and not emotionally attached to it and hold that space for others so we can transform the very nature of being. That is it. That is all. And tomorrow we will go deeper into this. Well, tomorrow we will even go, because words are so blah. This is why Ali and I do what we do, because we want to free humanity for them to, we want to help humanity free themselves within themselves. So that way when we have these conversations, it's like a multi-dimensional packet of awareness, and whatever level you're seeing from, whatever degree you've let go of the veils of consciousness, you're going to see, you're going to experience, and you're not just going to have to believe, you're going to know. Because belief is dualistic, knowing is singularity. Knowing is this awareness that there is no argument. There is no, there's always a divine paradox, because just the very nature of being. But what I'm saying is, we will tap into the more singularity, the more unified consciousness, and we're going to manifest that. And these illusions of the pandemic and the toilet paper scare and all this different nonsense, there are lessons that are repeating themselves until we get the picture, or we go beyond the perceiver of the picture. Ask yourself, why do I think the way that I think? Why do I act the way that I act? Why do I continue to believe the way that I believe? Why do I continue to repeat the same patterns and programs and nothing changes? Maybe little things change, but what I'm saying is, the me that I think I am, it doesn't evolve. And if your thoughts are not evolving, if you are not evolving, then ask yourself, who are you listening to? Who are you listening to? I'm not talking about anybody out here, because that's just a reflection. But who are you listening to in here? Are you separating yourself from yourself, not even knowing who you are? Lorena Beast, thank you for being here. Beautiful soul, blessings. Lorena says, are you the player, observer, or programmer? I've been playing with that topic today. Beautiful, because it's coming loud. Thank you, Lore, for all your work. Thank you for all your conscious work, because that is how we're going to change the fundamental structure of reality. We've been falling for the Kool-Aid, thinking that if we change the external effects, we're going to change the I got to be careful what I say, because I want everybody to receive this. Is we're going to transform the movie that we're directing, because reality is what you desire it to be, is what you're believing it to be. Now, when you know it to be something, you become a powerful programmer. But if you're just believing it, and I'm not putting anybody down, but if you're believing it, then you're still in doubt. You're still in this fear-based mindset, because you're like, well, it might work. So that's not full commitment. But when you start working within yourself, you start awakening and knowing within you. And when you start awakening and knowing within you, this is the revolution of consciousness. This is what it's about. This is the goal of goals. It's not about materialistic. Materialistic has become a distraction. And yes, we can enjoy and play with our toys here in the world, but if we don't know who we are, then the toys are playing us. We're being programmed. We're being manipulated. We're being deceived. We're being, we're falling for the carrot, chasing the carrot, not knowing that all I have to do is cut the rope and eat the carrot. The carrot is dangling and I'm chasing the carrot, or I'm running from the carrot, which is pain or pleasure. So as long as we play this game and we don't invite ourselves to get to know who we are, we're going to be a contribution to the demise of people's opportunity to consciously awaken. And this is the last thing that I'll say. It's not some government that's going to change the world or transform the world. It's not a next president. We're waiting to find out who the next president is. It's not the next, prophet. It's not the next, savior. It's not the next. That is the illusion. It is you. And when we together unite, awakening through the illusion, more of us are going to transform the construct of reality of life itself into love. Because when we take the time, this is why teachers like Buddha, like Jesus, like Krishna, like Muhammad, like Gandhi, Martin Luther King, that's why these teachers could love others even though they brought them pain, because they transformed their perspective of pain. They transformed their whole concept of me versus them. And they realized it's me against myself or it's me with myself. Nobody can hurt me when I'm aligned with me. Yeah, they may hurt this body, but they can't hurt. And when I say me, it's not the little me. I'm talking about the I, the infinite I that resides within all of us. So, to conclude this message is this. What are you waiting for? And can you sit with yourself? Because that is the revolution, that you're going to awaken something inside of you that is going to transform the very, very, very nature, the very foundation of reality. And if we continue to play with the facts, arguing over dualistic natures and dualistic beliefs and dualistic programs and dualistic thoughts, ideas, and beliefs, we're going to continue to be part of the program instead of programming our own reality. And when you can program your own reality, you invite others to do the same. This is the revolution that we've been waiting for. But it's not going to come outside of us. It's being resurrected. It's being reborn from inside of us, where it's eternally sitting. So that is my piece for today. That is the message that came through in the shower, because this toilet paper scare, this pandemic, this waiting for the next president, they're all effects. And as long as we continue to wait for effects, we're just going to play on the surface. We're not going to know what it is to dive deep within the soul and bring that vibrillionaire construct, that vibrational potentiality, profoundness, to transform the very nature of our existence, the very nature of our life, the very nature of how we see intelligence. And not just believe because somebody looks smart or they're an expert that we're just going to fall for more Kool-Aid. It's inside of you. It is the very nature of you. And if you think about it, all this that's been thrown at us, the pandemic, the fears and the deaths and the starvations and all this stuff that's thrown at us, it's like we still haven't lost hope. We still haven't lost the fundamental nature of who we are. And if you just take a moment to just breathe and sit with yourself, you'll start stirring this bliss and this wonder and this awe of the very nature of you. And when you start awakening that, you become a powerful, potent, profound force of nature, more powerful than tsunamis, more powerful than hurricanes, more powerful than the most devastating supernatural disasters. You become the transformational essence of life itself. And you invite and you awaken others through your example. So, with that being said, I love you all. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Thank you for taking a moment to lend your ear, to lend your heart, to lend your soul, to listen to yourself. Because this is a message from a deeper, potent essence, presence within you, within all of us. We're just mirroring our way back home. We're just reminding ourselves back home. We're just remembering and rejoining ourselves as one unified consciousness. So join me, whatever your religion, whatever your belief, whatever your profession, whatever construct or effect or program, join me, as there are many joining together. And we're here for real. We're not here playing around. So thank you. Well, we get to play as well, but we're serious. Thank you, Lore. Blessings. Namaste. Dalia, Instagram, thank you for joining us. Blessings to you and your family. Namaste. Okay, if this thing wants to turn off. This new Instagram thing, they got the setup different.
Mira cómo vengo. ¿Cómo es?
There we go. Thank you, Facebook. Blessings. Let me take a picture of that.
No, I need to open the door. How about if you get up and
I'm coming now.